Welcome to Levi Stadium, home of your NFC leading San Francisco 49ers. They are 4-0 for the first time since 1990. Been a while. They defeated the Cleveland Browns 31-3 in their first primetime game of the year. And they pretty much dominated this from their very first snap when Matt Breida took it 83 yards to the house for a touchdown. And Dieter, it was a run offensive game where they ran up 275 offensive yards on the ground. Defensively, they ran Baker Mayfield into the ground.
It was an incredible performance. I mean, two things that should get any football fan excited. Great defensive line play, great offensive line play leading a run game. On a Monday night against a team that's undisciplined, Kyle Shanahan just gave the Browns the business. And the 49ers players were more physical, they were smarter, and they executed, and the Browns just simply couldn't. If Cleveland's a team that's supposed to be a playoff contender, then I don't know what the 49ers are, but they're not in the same class as Cleveland right now.
The 49ers are going to be on a short week. They go to the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday, where they've had bipartisan crowds down there at the Coliseum since the Rams moved back a couple years ago. So it's going to be a fantastic atmosphere on Sunday. Tonight, the atmosphere at Levi Stadium was something I don't believe I've ever seen in the 6 years they've been here. There was a wave, and that was one of my duds in my weekly studs and duds. So no offense to the fans, it's just not a great look, in my opinion.
It was 31-3, to be fair.
Something like it. Well, and they won't be back here until October 27th against the Carolina Panthers. They go on the road to LA. They go on the road to Washington without Jay Gruden as coach now, so they're going to have to find a new scapegoat.
Yep.
And then they come back here against the Panthers. And then your big game is probably later on. I mean, there's so many big games after this, but this was a big game they had to have to tell everybody nationally that we have a very good defense.
Yeah, I mean, it goes without saying, and the leader of the defense today was Nick Bosa. I know he's a rookie, but he has looked like the best 49er defender on a very good 49ers defense all year, and he basically knocked Baker Mayfield back to college. There seems to be some bad blood there. He explained it. It goes back to the Ohio State-Oklahoma game 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
But Bosa was just a man today. I know that he's a kid, but all of those plays that he wasn't finishing in the first few weeks, he finished them tonight. And frankly, Cleveland just didn't know what to do with him. Then you add in DeForest Buckner. Then you add in the linebacker core that's just played fantastic all year, including tonight, and a secondary that was opportunistic at worst and very good at best. This Niners defense is for real. I think we knew that coming into the game, but they really exerted their dominance over a Cleveland team that didn't know what hit them.
Offensively, I want to say something quick about what Kyle Shanahan has got going on and what typifies it outside of how great the running game is, and everybody's blocking well, not just Juszczyk, who has a sprained knee, he might be out for a couple weeks. Jimmy Garoppolo's only touchdown pass, it was to George Kittle to start the second half when they didn't need to throw the ball anymore. But the beauty of this play, and we got tipped off to it, was the second that ball was snapped, Kyle Shanahan was on the sideline, and as Jimmy Garoppolo is dropping back to pass, Shanahan just says touchdown, turns his back and walks away while the play is unfolding. Joe Staley was telling me this because Staley's on the sideline with a broken leg, and he didn't realize it was Shanahan until he heard this, and he looks, and Kyle's walking away from him as the play's unfolding. Sure enough, it is a touchdown. George Kittle said he knew it was going to be right away because the coverage that the Browns were in. So that's the type of confidence that the 49ers offense is playing with right now, and that's why they are 4-0. That's why they are feeling very good about themselves, and as they should be. So,
yeah. No, absolutely outstanding performance, and Shanahan's done this all year. Tonight it clicked best. Maybe Cincinnati, that game against Cincinnati, that was another elite performance, but this is what this guy can do. The Browns, frankly, are the more talented team. You look at them across the board, they got dudes. They tanked for years and years and years so they can get all these high draft picks.
Right.
And even so, the 49ers were far and away the better team.
You know, Odell Beckham might have been one of the most talented offensive players on the field, right? But he didn't do anything. He was actually got ridiculous trying to return a punt that he fumbled, which was a sad thing.
I believe Freddie Kitchens' line was, let's just wing it and see what happens, which is what you're looking for in an NFL head coach, winging it.
And, you know, the Niners tried to trade for him. Apparently the Giants wanted the number 2 pick. The Niners happened to use the number 2 pick on a guy that played pretty well tonight in Nick Bosa. So
that worked out.
That worked out. The Niners, everything's working out well for them. They got a long way to go. Shanahan played it off as saying, look, we approach it as if we're 0-5. And if anybody knows 0-5, it was Kyle Shanahan 2 years ago here. So they went 0-9. Tables have turned. Franchise is on the upswing.
Yes, sir.
Do the wave. Enjoy. We'll see you down the road.